We all know the US tech sector depends heavily on global talent. And for years, Indian tech professionals have been the backbone of this workforce, filling roles in software, cloud, AI, and IT services. But now, out of Washington comes a shocker, a new $100,000 annual fee on H-1B visas, effective September 21, 2025. It's a massive hike, and it could reshape how Indian tech workers, and the companies that hire them, operate in the US. For context, the H-1B visa program lets US companies bring in skilled foreign workers in specialty occupations, most of them tech roles. Indians dominate the H-1B visa workforce, accounting for more than 70% of all holders in 2024, with over 300,000 Indian professionals currently working in the United States on these visas. The idea behind the fee? Washington says it wants to prioritize American workers and level the playing field. But the reality is far more complicated. Companies relying on Indian talent could see costs spike dramatically. $100,000 per visa isn't a small number, it's a huge added expense, especially for startups and mid-sized firms.
We need workers. We need workers. We need great workers. And this pretty much ensures that that's what's going to happen. I think, Sean, do you agree with that?
Well, they're $100,000 per year. So the whole idea is no more will these big tech companies or other big companies train foreign workers. They have to pay the government $100,000, then they have to pay the employee. So it's just not economic. If you're going to train somebody, you're going to train one of the recent graduates from one of the great universities across our land, train Americans, stop bringing in people to take our jobs. That's the policy here, $100,000 a year for H-1B visas, and all of the big companies are on board. We've spoken to them about the gold card.
They love it.
Now let's talk scale. Tech firms like Infosys, TCS, Wipro, HCL, Cognizant, and startups all rely on H-1B talent to run their operations efficiently. Any sharp increase in visa costs directly hits their budgets and potentially forces contract renegotiations. Meta and Microsoft have issued an urgent advisory to their H-1B and H-4 visa holders. The firms strongly recommended that employees currently outside the United States should return within 24 hours before September 21st to comply with the new regulations. Why is this proposal such a big deal? Well, for many Indian tech professionals, this new H-1B fee hike could be a career killer, slowing down visas, delaying job starts, and putting lucrative US opportunities at risk. Secondly, if you think America has a surplus of coders, engineers, or data scientists sitting around waiting for jobs, then think again. That's why H-1B visas exist. That's why outsourcing boomed in the first place. A sudden wall against outsourcing ignores the simple fact: the domestic talent pipeline in the US cannot scale overnight. So what could companies do? Some may pass the cost to clients. Others might cut back on hiring. There's also the political dimension. The Trump administration frames this as protecting American jobs, but it could backfire. By making H-1B talent more expensive, companies might slow innovation, delay projects, or even move work to other countries with more favorable visa policies. Experts also point out that Indian IT firms have diversified in recent years. The US is critical, but it's not the only client. Europe, Asia-Pacific, and the Middle East are growing markets. Still, the bulk of revenue comes from America, so any disruption here matters. Indian tech workers still dominate the US tech scene, but Trump's fee move is shifting the ground beneath them. Companies, employees, and policymakers now face a future where H-1B opportunities could vanish. So while the fee hasn't hit the streets yet, its shadow is already being felt in boardrooms from Bengaluru to Silicon Valley. The big question is, will it genuinely create American jobs, or just block global talent and make US innovation more costly?